the Settle Talk podcast. This is the very first podcast episode where we actually have an interview. Usually, you see me doing my little One Piece motivational episodes and things like that. But today we got our first guest, and his name is Denezz Hyphen X Cochran. He's the CEO and founder of Roots Branches. He's also an author, an activist, and a creative consultant. Denezz, man, I'd like to welcome you here to the first episode of the Settle Talk podcast, man. So how's everything going with you?
Oh man, thank you so much, man. I am Hyphen X, Denezz Hyphen X Cochran here. Roots Branches Creative Consulting. I'm an author and an activist. I'm also have my own podcast as well over at the Great Conversation Podcast. I am so happy to be the first one to get up in this saddle. You feel me? Awesome.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. So basically, man, the Settle Talk podcast, man, is pretty much all about you and what you do and how you get to start and how you came about. And first, I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know, where did the whole hyphen X come from? Well, you know what? Before we get started, Denezz and I have been friends for a long, long time. This has been a long time coming. Many different conversations out in DeKalb, Illinois. Our kids were born at the same time. They're the same age. They grew up in the same school system together and things like that. And I've actually seen him grow over a long period of time and morph into something that, is beyond what any of us could ever have imagined. So first, I want to say I'm proud of everything you're doing, man. Good job. You started out with a dream and a mission, and you put it into motion, and now here we are. So with that being said, let's get back to the hyphen X. How did you come about with that, man?
Well, man, first of all, thank you for all those admirations that you just gave me, man. I appreciate it. You are a part of this Hyphen X movement. A lot of people don't know I am not self-made. There's a lot of people who have poured into me to help me to be able to pour into others. The way Hyphen X even came about, I've listen, guys, I've had a lot of different nicknames. Okay, from D Nasty to D40 to my homie was just like, why don't you just call it hyphen, right? So I was like, okay, I'll be hyphen and hyphen X. Now the deeper meaning to hyphen X is that everyone has a birth date and everyone has a death date. But what we are judged on or remembered by is that hyphen in the middle. So that's the hyphen portion. And the X is the unknown, because we don't really know where we're going until we embark on our journey. So that's how hyphen X came about. I am hyphen X. I am the journey to the unknown.
Okay, that's cool, man. Nah, that's a really good explanation there, because you're right, man. Everybody has to know where they're going and things. So how does that tie into what you do in Rockford, Illinois? For all you that don't know, I forgot to say it earlier, he is up there in Rockford, Illinois. So if you're out there in Rockford, Illinois, this would be very good information for you to hold on to in case, you all cross paths.
Most definitely. I'm out here in the Rock. I'm out here in northern Illinois, man, a little bit outside of Wisconsin, not too far from it. How hyphen X came into the whole corporate thing. Hyphen X, I got 5 mixtapes, I got 5 books, you know what I'm saying? So hyphen
wow,
X,
man.
yeah, hyphen X is the artist side of Denezz. You know what I'm saying? Hyphen X is the artist. He's my Kanye West, if you will. He's outspoken. He's direct. He's sometimes even confrontational. But how that ties into Denezz is that I had to have a subtle version so that I can still go out every day and function in society. So that's why my YouTube channel is DC-X. DC is the more professional side of me. So if you're dealing with roots and branches, 9 times out of 10 on the creative side, you will have hyphen X, but you'll be dealing day-to-day business with DC. What I do is I help I help small businesses and non-for-profits go ahead and grow their business from the soil up. I take your idea that starts out as a seed, I water it, nurture it, and I help it grow. That goes from, if you're having meaningful events, how can you be impactful? How can you be sustainable? And just how you can stand out amongst the crowd. And that's what we do here at Roots Branches Creative Consultant. I forgot, I got another thing to say here. I'm also the dean of students here at Keep the First Entrepreneurial Academy, which is a Black-owned private school K through 12 that concentrates on entrepreneurship and Black history as well here at Rock.
Wait. So you started your own school?
Well, I'm just the dean of students. I came in. This
Okay.
school
Okay.
started by a couple, brother Henry and sister Pashana. They started the school. I've been working here for maybe the last 4 years now. I
Okay.
started out as a janitor, and now I am the dean of students, and I also
Oh,
have
wow.
I also teach beginning entrepreneurship classes in English here as well.
Like Kanye West say, man, this week is the shake, next week is the fries. Hey, that's pretty impressive, man. You started out as the janitor, and now you're the dean of students. That's pretty good, man.
Most
That
definitely.
just shows a lot of ambition, man. That just goes back to the hyphen X. That's the middle name, man. So you are living that name.
Yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying? I am the I am hyphen X. Yes, sir.
That's
I
what's
love
up, man.
I love what I do on every aspect from DC to hyphen X to Mr. DC here at the school. I love everything that I do because it gives back to my community. And if I can for a minute, because I would like to honk my own horn because I am driving a car, is that for the last 7 years, all of my dollars have come from the Black community. You know what I'm saying? So that's a flex I do like to stand on because all my clients are Black, all of my all my money is Black, all my investments are Black. I preach Black unity and Black power and Black excellence 24/7, 365, and I'm able to live comfortably doing so.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, like, it is a lot of things that's going on in America right now. So your voice is necessary. Your voice is definitely heard. And and from what I gather, you host a lot of events too. You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that, I know we talked earlier, and you said that, this is like your fourth year hosting events and, things in the community. I know you have a podcast, and I saw that, but, I actually had a chance to see some of your, podcast or, live stream, and and I've seen you post a lot, like doing social media on a lot of events that you're having. So tell us a little bit about all that's going on.
Well, yeah, what you're referring to is our Yo Black People Conference. The Yo Black People Conference is a conference that's for us, by us. It's more of a workshop, but I can't change the name because we're already 3 years in, so we keep it at the Yo Black People Conference. This year, we're actually becoming a 501c3. So that means that we're going to see a lot more of Yo Black people out there. We're going to be doing workshops, community events, things of that nature. But this is for us to come together and not just complain. You know what I'm saying? We are coming together using the brightest minds that are available to us at the time. And we are taking those ideas and we're making them real. What can we do to help uh, move our position here in society to a higher degree? And what is it that we can do together as a collective unit? And we're not worrying about those who don't want to work with us. We're only focusing on those who want and willing to work. So this is our third year. This year's all about unity plus innovation equals the Black print. Um, we as Black people have kind of got. I talk about this in my first book here, Yo Black People Volume 1. I talk about the romanticizing of Black unity, and we have to stop romanticizing Black unity. Not everyone's going to be involved in what you're trying to do, and that is perfectly okay. We are a spiritual people, so I'll quote the Bible. The Bible, you don't need to have many when two or three are gathered. Okay, when they had the whole thing with the going to war and only the 300, it's let God show you the power of God by using just the bare minimum, the minimum people to actually make something big happen. So I'm a firm believer of working with those who want to work with you, who have the same common goal as you. Travis can attest to this. I used to do a lot of preaching to a lot of people who
Yeah.
didn't want to hear nothing I had to say.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can attest, man. Going back there during the beginning days when he had like I want to say, was your first event? You remember? Was it at the barbershop that time? When we had everybody from that particular church, and you were at the barbershop. And I think it's funny because what's the couple? It was a couple that owned the barbershop, and we had their American flag. And when Obama won, we were riding around in the Jeep at the time or whatever with the flag out the window. And when we were driving down the street, man, there was a mob. I mean, like a whole crowd of like people, and we got stopped in the middle of them or whatever, and everybody was just like out there celebrating. That is one moment in time. I wish I had a camera.
Yes.
I think that might have been before like the smart cameras and all that was a thing, because I mean, when we drove through that crowd, it was just kind of like at first you didn't see anything, then all of a sudden you just saw like a wave of people, man, or whatever, and everybody surrounded our car because we had the American flag hanging out the roof of the sunroof, man. But the reason why I bring that up is because we got that flag from, I want to say it was the barbershop of the couple that let you host that event there at the time.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Sean and Jay. Let me now.
Okay.
I tell this story. I tell this story a lot, and nobody ever believes me. Because first we were Obama won, right? We were at the
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Obama won. We came outside. No one was outside. Trav was like,
Uh-uh.
let's drive around and let's see what's happening. We drove
Yeah.
around. It was so quiet, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden we were. And I'm not lying when I say it was like the scene of Lean on Me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like the scene of
Yeah.
Lean on Me.
Yes,
Travis
it
was like,
was.
he was like, where are the people at, man? Like nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you just see people marching up. Obama. Oh, no, they
Yeah.
were saying, yes, we can. That's what they were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
can.
yeah.
We
It was
ran
like they
down.
came out of nowhere. It was crazy, man.
People were climbing down. Now we can say this now. People were climbing on the Jeep.
Yeah.
We had the flag hanging out of
Yeah.
the
And it
people were
was one of
like,
those big flags too.
yeah,
It was one of the big ones. Like the one I got on the wall right
yeah,
here. I mean like a big one.
yeah. And people don't understand what that really meant. You know what I'm saying? Because out of everything that blacks have been through in America, it was all about having the rights of a citizen of the United States of America,
Right,
becoming a
right, right.
citizen and executing your rights. And to have a black president or a presenting black president in office at the time, and I'm very happy to be a part of that. I had a warrant out for my arrest at the time, and I risked it all to go vote for Obama. I had my
You know what's
piano.
I know what's crazy about that, man. It's like no matter what you think about Obama, whether you liked him or not,
Yeah,
at that particular moment in time, I mean, it was just kind of like that symbolism of
yeah,
someone that like looked like us being the president of the United States, man. That was very like meaningful. That was a very defining moment because
yes, it was.
for once, man, you saw people that look like us that were just like, okay, wow, we can be president of the United States. Anything is possible. I mean, like before that, yeah, anything is possible. But I mean, like, it was kind of like, yeah, probably never be a black president or whatever. But it was just kind of like, but after that happened, man, it was just kind of like anything is possible, man. I think it's a statue at Tuskegee University, my alma mater, where on the in the middle of the campus is a statue of it's a statue of Booker T. Washington, and he is lifting the veil of ignorance, and up under the veil you have like a slave that is like with a book in his hand and a compass, and he's learning how to like read and learn how to build and do for himself. So when Obama won the presidency, that statue, it just stuck out in my mind, man. It was just like the veil of ignorance have just been lifted off a lot of people
Yeah,
who really didn't have any hope or any kind of like ambition to do anything higher than what they society had laid out for them.
like me myself personally, like I never even thought before that time, because Travis can attest to this. Like when I say my brain was locked up, my brain was locked up. I never even thought of the possibility of having a black
Right.
of
Yeah.
a black president.
Right.
It
Right.
never,
Right. Right.
never crossed my mind. But
Right.
have to now live in a world where all three of my children are post Obama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's happened in their well in my two my well in my oldest boys their lifetime. They seen it. It happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the possibilities are crazy. Like, yes, you can get into politics. Yes, you can sit down and have the highest power in the land. You can be executive in chief. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, yes, I won't get into the politics of it, but yes, that civilization was needed for our community. Definitely was.
Yes, man. I think it's needed for the whole world, to be honest with you, man. Like, hopefully that raised the eye to everybody, man, because, like I mean, we don't have to get into all that, but all the stereotypes and things. And what's crazy about it, when our sons were born, with Travis and, which one is the same? Not, Jaden. When they were born and it was the a black president, man. Like when I was born, man, Jimmy Carter and Reagan was in office,
You know
man.
what I'm
You know
saying?
what I
Bill
mean?
Clinton came through. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like it's normal to them. So they were born into not that same barrier of thinking that I was kind of born into. You know what I mean? So I think, like I tell people, man, like no matter what you agree with him, if you think he was a good president or a bad president, I think the symbolization, the symbolism of it was very important and much needed. Because if you think about it, man, not all white presidents were good. You had some good ones, you had some bad ones, but I think sometimes we just get caught up on like, oh man, he wasn't good, or oh, he was the greatest or whatever. But it really wasn't about that for me, because I mean, the president can only do so much. It's really still up to you to make things happen. But I just think that symbolism of it was just like amazing, man.
Most definitely.
Amazing. So, like, when you do like some of your events and when you host a lot of your events, like, do you have guest speakers and so mainly what are your events about? Are they workshops or are they just like networking events? Are there like, any kind of learning going on in there where, like you teach them how to like start businesses, teach them about finance, things like that, and not just one of those because I don't like these networking events, man, when you go and it's just a bunch of people speaking and it's just like who can outspeak each other, which is cool. But, what service are you providing when they leave there? Are you following up with them? Are you making sure that they stand on the right path and on the right track? Don't just leave it at the speech, because you can be motivated for a second or whatever, but that eventually is going to fade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll speak on the Yo Black People Conference because with the Yo Black People Conference, this is not just a conference where you sit around, listen to people, yada yada yada. It's more town hallish and workshopish, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And we want our people to leave with something tangible that they can use right then, right there, and to continue to use. Uh, Now we have developed an email list where we do keep in contact with people. With this being our third uh, annual Yo Black People Conference, we have had over 30 speakers. We have had over 150 participants. We have had panelists, you know what I'm saying? And these are people who I deem to be the expert in their field at that moment for me, from mental health to business and finance, AI, learning about AI
Oh,
and
wow, that's
whatnot.
pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
was coming. We just did a maybe what 3 months ago. Me and my partner, brother Henry, we just wait. Let me say that a different way. Me and my business partner, brother Henry. Let me say it like that. You gotta watch it nowadays. But we just did a 7 hour. We did a 7 hour AI workshop. We did a 7 hour AI workshop, and now we're taking that 7 hour AI workshop and we're you know chiseling it down, and we're giving that information away for free at the Yo Black People Conference. So
Mm-hmm.
we've had paid events. Now a lot of my clients are meaningful people. They have missions and goals that they want to have. put out there. So I've done a lot in the mental health field for people to just go ahead and say that they have something mental going on. They need to be able to not even diagnose that, but know how to cope. So a lot of our things are our speaking events, like are more workshop action oriented.
That's what's up, man. Like, because, you go to a lot of events and, nowadays, like I think now with technology, you can look online or you can look on YouTube or any kind of outlet and look at speeches. But when I go to an event, I want to come away with something. I want to make sure I want to be able to touch something. I want it to be informative. It can be inspirational, but also to be informative. Like how it's like we always talk about what we need to do, but nobody ever
Wow,
talks
how
about
to
like
do it.
how to
Hmm.
do it. You know what I mean? So I think that is just kind of like a just kind of like something that is missing from a lot of events or a lot of functions that you go through. And that's why I say everybody wants to speak and confer and just kind of like boast on how intelligent they
Yeah,
are. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like show how. Like, everybody, one thing about it, it's like, when I started this journey, man, with this podcast, I wanted to be the bridge for everyone.
yeah,
But I really didn't know how to do it. So a lot of it was like self learning. I mean, I reached out to you and I reached out to a couple of other people. And like you all explained to me and instructed how to do it. It's not like you were doing it for
correct.
me. It's a difference, when someone is genuinely saying like, how do you get started? It's not necessarily they want you to do it for them. It's like, hey man, hey, I need to drink some water. Instead of saying, hey, go to the well, which direction is the well? Well, the well, you can go 10 yards down this way and make a left and then go that way. Okay, so now I know how to get there. I can tackle every obstacle on the way getting there. I just need to know the right path, man. And so that's why, when there are a lot of events, sometimes, I walk away like, I mean, it was basically just a bunch of people talking. Nobody really like said anything that's going to catapult me to the next level. And I mean, it sounds like that's what you're doing in a lot of your events that you're hosting and things like that. But I want to backtrack a little bit. Now, you said you've written 4 books.
Written 5, or maybe even more than that.
5 books.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, 5 books, man. All right. So let's start from number one.
Well, my first book is also it's called Scattered Thoughts. Uh, it's a book full of poems and things from stemming from my divorce and whatnot, and that matched up with my first mixtape, the Late Bloomer Project. I actually got the
Okay.
idea from Jay-Z when he came out with his book Decoded, and it had all his lyrics in it, and it talked and him explaining his lyrics. And so I was like, hey, I can
Okay.
do that. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. So I came up with Scattered Thoughts. I got Scattered Thoughts 2, The Journey Continues, just about healing and whatnot. Just really, because my divorce really took me to a dark space. And those books kind of helped me get those feelings out of me. You know what I'm saying? In a healthy way, opposed to some violence or anything like that. So I did those. What else I got? I got the Thoughts and Quotes of Hyphen X. Those are just a bunch of random
Okay.
quotes and things that I decided to write down for a year. Quotes of things that I would say, I put them in a book. So what's that, 3? And then I also have a manifestation journal about manifesting your goals. I have that as well. These are all available on lulu.com as well.
Well, tell everybody how to get to them
Yeah,
again.
lulu.com, lulu.com, and then you put my name in there, Denezz. That's D is in delightful, E is in excellent, N is in nice, E is in exciting, and 2 Z's like zebra. Okay, you put that in, everything from me is gonna pop up. I got a knowing how to retain your customer service book out. Man, I think I got more than 5. And then I got
Oh wow.
and then
Okay.
I got the first volume of the Yo Black People book here. And then I have a second one, and then this is the third volume right here, Yo Black People, Volume 3, Unity in Action, Breaking Generational
Oh wow.
Curses. Uh, and then I also got the perfect target back here. This is how to sell to your ideal client right here. And most of my books come with tests in them, so that you can ask, or quizzes so that you can test your knowledge. Because everyone knows that knowledge is not the key. You know what I'm saying? It's the application of knowledge that is the key. Okay, it's
Yes,
a lot of
yes.
smart dumb people, a lot of smart
Yes,
dumb people out
yes.
here.
I know. I was about to say, man. I know a lot of smart people that are still stuck in ground one, and that's another highlight I want to talk about this podcast, because I know a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends as yourself that are doing extremely well, and just need a broader outlet and things. That is very impressive that you have written 5 books, man. And I mean, like, and through your journey and through, like, the things that you've gone through, and all of your books are set up to help people, which is really what it's all about, man. Helping people get to the next level, helping individuals get to, the answers that they're looking for and the inspiration that they need, because, you never know who is like on the fence of going in either direction. You never know. But, what you're doing is you're providing a service, man. That is very impressive. I didn't know you wrote all those books.
Yeah.
Like, what made you just say, you just sat down one day and just started typing?
Well, it's not. I started to believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a writer.
Oh, wow.
I've
Yes.
always been
There you go,
I've
man.
always been a writer, but I kept it to myself because
There you go, man.
I'll dive into that. But I just want to plug this last book here. This is The Cost of Redemption, the Dutch Briscoe story. This is the fiction book. This is a
Gotcha.
fiction book just to show young black men that just because you started at one place doesn't mean you have to stay there. Okay,
Right.
you don't have to stay there. Being ignorant is not a flex, guys. It's not a flex. It's not a flex. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's not. Keeping it real, like a lot of people say, I'm keeping it real. Well, that's keeping it real
Yeah,
ignorant. Like this whole keeping it real thing, you can still have some class and still have
yeah,
manners. Because, a lot of people, be like, oh, I'm keeping it real. And then they just showcase like bad
yeah.
manners. I'm like, okay, that's not keeping it real. Keeping it real, in my opinion, is just being honest with who you are and being honest about yourself. But that's not necessarily being ill-mannered and not having any self-respect. Because a lot of times people will keep it real, but then they lose respect for
hmm
themselves. Like, oh, when people go out the house and they just like looking any kind of way and oh, I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, but that's not necessarily keeping it real. That's just like, being lazy. So don't disguise keeping it real with being ill-mannered, lazy, and just like doing whatever you want to do. Keeping it real, in my opinion, is, like I said, it's just like, being honest and being truthful. Like Pimp C and UGK and Master P, you got to be true and real. So
Hey,
you got to be
Trill, you
trill.
feel me?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
You got to be trill, man, true and real. So yeah, but like that's really good, man. I did not know that, man. I think you need a larger platform. And like so, you got the 5 books. You host what is the Yo Black People
yes, sir.
Conference. What else you got going on?
I just revamped our the Great Conversation podcast. I've been
Okay. Oh yes, yes. If you out there in podcast world, check out the Great Conversation podcast. He was actually one of the inspirations for me doing my podcast or whatever and stuff. And Denezz, he actually stopped for a while or whatever. But I was happy to see one day I was just flipping through social media and then I saw that yo. And I was like, oh man, I was like, it's about time, man. Well, yeah, welcome back,
thank
man.
you.
Welcome back into the realm. Yeah,
And
so you got the
Saddle
podcast.
Talk podcast is the big reason why we came back. I remember Travis said to me, Travis like, oh man, and keep in mind, oftentimes when we come offended by people's words, it's because they hold some truth to them, right? And being
Okay.
offended is not a bad thing. It makes you aware. Trav was like, I was saying, he called me about about setting up your podcast and whatnot. And what you say? He said, I gave you all this information. He was like, man, so what happened to your podcast? And that hit me in my chest. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Denezz, what happened to your podcast? And what happened to my podcast?
Because
Yeah,
well, because you're giving me all this information and then you telling me about like all this stuff that you're doing for all these other people and helping them promote. And I was like, Well, dude, what's going on with yours, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, right? You know, it's just like with your books, man. Like, you know, people need to
Yeah,
hear that. I did, for example, man, like you got books, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in your area know about your
yeah,
books, but I didn't know anything about your
correct.
books. I knew well, I take that back. I knew you read some, but I didn't know to the extent. You know, you have a lot of stuff and you have a gift, man, like, you know, that God gave you. And when God gives you a gift, it's not for you to hold to yourself, man. It's for you to share with the whole world, man, you know, in order to advance his kingdom. So that's why I was wondering to myself, I'm like, well, where is yours at, man? Like, what happened to it, man? Like, what's going on with
Yeah,
that,
man.
man? So it's good that you got it back going on, man. You got the Yo Black People Conference. You got 5 books out
Over
again,
five.
5 books, over 5 books, and you got the podcast. And then the last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, he also edits and does videography and everything for other people. You
Yeah.
know, hopefully him and I can collab on some more stuff. So next time I come to Illinois, I was actually thinking about taking a trip to Rockford. Last time I was up there, you know, my daughter's birthday was last week, but I had to get back really quick because we got a big snowstorm down here in Nashville. But yeah, man. So it's just kind of like you also do videography and you help other people with their podcasts and
Yeah, I
things.
produce let's see, I produce my podcast, I produce the Hustle and Humor podcast, and I also host the Hustle and Humor podcast where I'm also the co-host as well. These are all passion projects. I'm weird. I love editing. Like I do. As much as I do it, I may kick and scream sometimes, but that final result, putting something together, you know what I'm saying? I love that. I do a lot of promo videos for people. I love like I grew up and I love TV. I grew up on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we did. We all did.
Like I
Yeah.
love TV, and but more importantly, I love commercials. You know what I'm saying? I always will watch a commercial and be like, how did they come up with that? Who said that they wanted that polar bear to drink that Coca-Cola? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. I got a lot of commercial ideas, man. You're absolutely right. What started it for me was the Super Bowl stuff because I thought to myself like I can do way better
Way
commercials than
better. They
that.
pay how much for how many
Yeah.
seconds? Oh, let me
Yeah, I
get
know,
some of that
right? I
bread.
know.
So
And like you said, man, editing is man, sometimes it can
it's a
be
grind.
it's a learning curve, man. The more you do it, the better you get, man. Because sometimes I get frustrated too, man. I'm like, my God, man, like how long is this gonna take? You know what I'm saying? But it's something that you gotta like doing, though. You know, to have that discipline to keep doing it every day. You know.
Most definitely, man. Like I just had to just to answer your question from earlier. Like I had to start believing in myself. Travis said something to me one day. We were sitting on Reed's couch, and I don't know.
Oh, Ree.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we can get Ree on here one day.
I I was preaching or going off about something or another, or Travis looks at me and Travis does like he's the put a picture of business up there. Travis the elder of our group, and
Well, I mean, I am older. It's me, then Ree, then you. I think you the
yeah, I
youngest.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Travis said, "Man, Denez, if you would just take one of those ideas, just like I'm talking about, just take one and go with it, like you will take off."
Oh
That
yeah.
idea happened to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
wow.
had to
Wow. Yeah.
put put the fuel in myself that I wish everybody else had, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No.
I had to
That's
go out
yeah.
and
No.
do
That's
that.
right.
So once again, I'm not self-made. Travis is one of the people that helped build Hyphen X, help encourage Water Hyphen X. And the world and myself want to thank you for that because I would just man, I used to be very angry, y'all. Very angry. You know what I'm saying?
I think we all
Yeah.
were at one point,
Yeah.
man. I think we all were at one
Yeah.
point. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you know, like, like for example, you all are like the Saddle Talk podcast, man. Like we learn from everybody and things like that. And then the more you grow and the more you're around everybody, man, you know, you realize that everybody's out for the same thing. You know what really woke me up, man? Like when my defining moment is like, you know, when I graduated from Tuskegee, like you know, I lived in Georgia, I lived in Alabama, and then I moved down to Florida. And then when I met all these people from all around the world, man, everybody had one common denominator, one common goal. They just wanted to live a happy life, man. And I'm just kind of like, everybody wants the same thing. They might have different methods of getting to it, but they all want the same thing, to live a happy life, man. And I'm just kind of like, wow, man. That was kind of my defining moment. And then, you do backtrack a little bit. I went into like my angry mode or whatever. But it's like with anger, man, anger doesn't really lead you anywhere, man. Like I know Star Wars glamorize it. It makes you get all them Sith and Jedi tricks or whatever. But even Darth Vader and Lord Sidious fail in the end, man. Anger is just not going to get you anywhere, man. You know what I mean? It's like you can use that to motivate you, but it has to be for the greater good, in my opinion.
Yeah, because anger without a just cause is just chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's only chaos. Yep. So, yeah, go ahead, be mad, be angry, but then take that energy, harness it, and focus it somewhere. Be a constant.
Right, like you know what? It's funny you say that. Yeah, is that right? That's how, like, I think a lot of inventions are made. Like the guy probably walked out the house and saw his grass was all over the place, and he was like, "I'm angry. I got to use this metal, whatever what they used to call it. It's like it had a blade on it. They used to have to like swing it. He was like, he's like, man, I'm mad. I got to use this thing. So he let that anger motivate him into inventing the lawnmower. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you use that kind of anger, when you use the anger in that kind of way, or the Wright brothers, when they were like, man, I'm angry. I can't go such and such way. It takes me so long. I got to go buy a car, a horse, and buggy. Wouldn't it be cool to fly? I'm angry. I can't do that. So they use that in order to fuel, like, all these inventions. And all these inventions come out of somebody tired of doing something or not having something. So they just create it. You know what I mean? So if you use anger in that way, I think that it'd be very, very beneficial instead of using it in an evil way. You know what I mean?
Because my anger, I wasted a lot of time talking to a lot of people who didn't care about anything I had to say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we all do, man.
This new era of mine, and I'll say this new era has been about, I don't know, maybe we're 10, 11 years in now. You know what I'm saying? It's more concentrated on speaking to those who want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because that leads to meaningful dialogue and conversations, which should lead then to plans and execution. I like this side of the coin a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, no, it is, man. It is. So, like, before we wrap it up, I'll just let everybody know, you got any current events. Let everybody know, like, what events you got going on. Once again, let everybody know your books and let everybody know who you are and what you are about and how they can get in touch with you via email or, whatever you got going on and what to follow.
All right, most definitely, guys. Email address, guys, if you guys want to reach out to me, it's going to be Roots, ROOTZ, branches, BRANCHES, the number 7 at gmail.com. Any questions, concerns, points of clarification, go ahead, email me there, or you can hit me. I'm not that big. You can hit me on my cell phone, 779-274-02. What is my phone number? 274 0173. There we go. I don't call myself very often. Also, we do have the third annual Yo Black People Conference coming up here February 28th. Still looking for sponsors, vendors, things of that nature. Or, if you just want to tag us on Facebook or YouTube, you just go ahead, hashtag us at Yo Black People Conference. This year, guys, I'm just gonna give you the rundown what we got going on. We have our labs this year. We're gonna have our Roots and Restorations lab. We're talking about healing, reflection, reconnecting. The Roots and Restoration lab here at the Yo Black People Conference is all about grounding yourself in healing generational wounds and building a strong foundation for your future. We're not coming around just to sit and cry. We're not doing that. That's a part of it. We're going to actually move to the next step on how to build a foundation so that you can rise above whatever issue that you're having. That's going to be facilitated by therapist Ashton Lockhart. She's the CEO of the City Foundation here in Rockford. She has some great programs that are happening here in the public schools in Rockford. Well, that's just one of her clients. I'm just going to say that she has a lot of good things happening here where she's trying to get young people of color to actually want to get into social work and things of that nature. So that representation is everything. Also, we're going to have our Wealth Lab, our Black Wealth Lab here. We're talking about building and strategizing our own. It is designed to give real tools for financial literacy, not just financial literacy, but real tools that you can use on a daily basis. Okay, um, how to create wealth. Okay, and also generational prosperity. We're also going to be talking about how to build buying circles. Okay, black businesses need to start respecting the black dollar and stop thinking as if they're obligated to the black dollar. Because if you are a black business and you think that you deserve my dollar, what are you doing for my community? You know what I'm saying? So that's the same for anybody I spend money with. All right. So what are you doing for my community? So that's going to be by Keisha Wingo and Sister Kashonda. I actually got a sneak peek of their workshop presentation today, and I am excited. I'm excited. It
All
took a
right.
lot to get me going because I'm a skeptic all the way through until the end. And then, so this lab isn't about theory, guys. This lab is about actionable items that you can take with you at that time. And then we also have our Black Power Civics Lab. Now, this is one that holds dear to my heart. Black Power Civics Labs, we're talking about how to use your voice, your vote, and influence to make real change right here in Rockford, but we're going to grow that out right here in Rockford. This is going to be facilitated by two of our older women here in Rockford. Uh, of the sixth world, April Prunty, and of the seventh world, Janessa Wilkins. Yeah, they black. And they're going to be teaching us about how to use our voice. And also, when I say use your voice, protesting just brings attention. There has to be a step after protest. I just want to say this real quick. I had to find a way to preach Martin Luther King in a way that I felt was acceptable. So a revolutionary is one that brings drastic change to a situation. The drastic change that Martin Luther King was able to do was to get the Civil Rights Act signed into law. The strategy that he used was nonviolence. The reason he used that strategy was to exploit um, and to show what was happening to blacks in the South by the white people. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, guys. If you're out here working on the behalf of the people, have a solid strategy, have a goal so that you can complete that. And that's what the Black Civics Lab is going to show us what to do. How do we hold city officials accountable to what they said and what they ran on, and also understanding city finance? Because as much as we look at the presidency, our local government is what runs us on a daily basis. So we're going to learn how to organize, advocate, and create lasting civic impact in our community there. And then we have our Tech and AI Build Lab. We're going to be giving you tools and the knowledge to navigate tech landscape and build the future. That's going to be facilitated by CEO Brother Henry and myself. We're going to have innovative ways to use it. How are you using AI in your business, and how are you using AI to make your business run more smoothly? Um, so those are our four labs, and then we also are going to have a Young Innovators, the finals of our Young Innovator competition. These young innovators. They're going to be coming. They're going to have a platform. They're going to have real life problems, coming with real life solutions in front of a panel of judges. I think we have 5 judges right now, and they're going to walk away with a cash prize. So I'm not complaining about the work. Shout out to Tom Burrell. Shout out to Tom Burrell, the author of Brainwash. Uh, Trav, I think me, you, and Reed, we watched them speak one time with Farrakhan, and they was at the Travis Smiley and everything. I believe that was, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was me, you, Dave, and
Dave,
your other homeboy.
Dave.
Yeah, you remember Dave because it was me, you, Dave. Yeah, because we finally got him going. What's the other guy you used to be cool with? A light skinned guy. He lived in
Anthony,
Chicago.
Anthony.
Yeah, it was me, you, David, because I went and picked David up, and I almost missed him because he wasn't gonna go because we had stayed up late, like hanging out or whatever, and I was getting ready to drive off, and he was running out the door, man, to go. But yeah, because I never forget that because we all afterwards we went to Harold's Chicken. That was my first
Oh
time
yeah,
ever having
yeah,
Harold's or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, so it was me, you, Dave, and
And,
Anthony that went because they interviewed us afterwards or whatever and asked us, "All right, what do we think about it and stuff?" Yeah, so I remember that, man. But yeah, hey, but like I say, man, this is a long time coming, man. We have a lot more things to do, and we have a lot more things to accomplish. And I'm gonna bring you back on, man. Actually, I'm gonna come up there next time I come up there. I'm gonna check you out and stuff like that. I'll bring you back on after the follow up, and then maybe we can do some clips. I can't promise you and say that I'll be up there on the 28th. I have another event down here that I'm going to. On the 28th, but I do want to check out one of those events, man, and then we can do something live there or something like that, man. But once again, this is Denezz Hyphen X Cochran. He is an author. He is an activist. He is a creative consultant. He also is a part of Roots Branches Creative Consultancy. So if you have any kind of questions or you're interested in any of his books, I think I'm kind of mad at myself. I haven't even purchased a book from you, but I'm definitely going to get some books from you and stuff like that. Then I'll probably promote some on the podcast in future episodes.
okay.
But feel free to reach out to him. And one more time for the links, how they can get to the
Yeah,
books
just go to Lulu.
and everything that you're
You're
doing.
gonna go to lulu.com, lulu.com, type in Denezz, Denezz, and I'm gonna pop right up. And also in this description, I'm gonna send Trav here my link tree. Click on that, it'll take you to everything you need.
All right, guys, and then I have the link at the bio of the episode of everything you want to get in touch with him. I probably got to reach out to him to figure out how to do all that, but
I'm here to help, brother.
hey, but once again, man, I appreciate you coming on the first episode of the Saddle Talk podcast, the first of many more to come. Have many more guests and many more events coming up in the near future, man. And I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in for this episode, man. Until next time, man, keep it country, keep it cowboy, and God bless America, man.